Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another episode of One Take Testing, the show in which I aim to give you an overview of a deck, show you how it plays, and give my thoughts all in one singular take. You thought I was going to cancel this just because Master Duel came out? I probably should have. Anyway, today we are looking at a really bad deck. This deck debuted in the Grand Creators, which is available on store shelves today, or if you live in the United States, on store shelves when our supply chain is fixed. Things aren't going great over here. I'm going to jump into deck edit, and you can see Exosister. Now, Exosister is a very interesting series of monsters. It asks an age-old question. What if on Yu-Gi-Oh cards we printed a bunch of cute girls? These Exosisters, I think, have joined some sort of battle nunnery, and they are not afraid of no ghosts. They will be absolutely dumpstering any ghouls they come across, but like most ghost hunters, the biggest issue is going to be finding them in the first place. Their extra deck monsters are extremely powerful, provided your opponent is special summoning stuff from the extra deck. If they're not, then the deck is cheeks. It turns out that an entire archetype that ebbs and flows based on what your opponent is playing is not a particularly good decision in terms of selecting a deck, but it was probably not a particularly good decision to let the community vote on the Inzector card, and, you know, we did that anyway. That's 10-minute testing foreshadowing, ladies and gentlemen. So, without any further ado, let's jump into the games. I am ready to play this bad version of Utopia. You can see with the Ascend Sage, the Double or Nothing, and the Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force. That is our game plan. All right, and we're going first. Excellent, excellent, excellent news. Okay, so we've drawn the Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force. That's a great start. We're going to begin with a copy of Pot of Desires here. We'll draw a couple of cards off the top and find, Gigabyte and a second Pot of Desires. That's not ideal. Okay, so both of these monsters can be special summoned if you have a Spellcaster monster. So let's go ahead and normal summon Stella. Now, during my main phase, she allows me to special summon an Exosister monster from my hand. Then if I control Exosister Elise, I gain 800 life points. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, Exosister Elise has kind of the same deal going on. She works with Stella and gains you life points for the same reason. Now, these two can rank up as individual cards provided your opponent special summons a card or changes the position of a card in the graveyard. That is unlikely to happen. So we've got two lines here. We're going to go for Nefarious Archfiend and Gigabyte. We could make Utopic Draco Future, but I think it's just a little more funny to go Utopia Double here. We'll get the Garnet out of our deck with the effect of Double. Pitching Elise. We will rank up into Utopia. Oh, we could just rank up into Dragonair here. Oh my god, this card's actually very strong. We'll do Utopia. Then we'll activate Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopic Force. Target our own monster. We'll special summon Dragonair. And we have two activations of Dragonair here. We're going to activate one to grab ourselves a Hope Harbinger. The reason we go for the Hyper Rank Up instead of just the normal version is we can now use the Hyper Rank Up Magic Utopia Force to attach to the Hope Harbinger. Okay, next we can special summon the Gigabyte. And you know what? It is the Exosister match. We maybe should summon an Exosister. So let's go ahead and make Mikalis. All right, so this card does have a quick effect. It can target a card your opponent controls or in their graveyard, banish it. However, that is a quick effect provided it was Xyz summoned this turn. So only if you are able to use the rank up magic version. We're going to detach the Stella. I guess we could go ahead and get the trap card. Pax is also decent. As is a Mento. I think I'm going to go for a Mento. Now, I would want to usually go for the trap card here, but I didn't actually check my banish face down column. And yeah, it looks like we do have a little disagreement about what Exosisters are still in the deck. Okay, I mean, this is a decent turn 1 starting board. I think we might be able to do this. All right, we'll pass it back to our opponent. Book of Moon. Well, that is going to bait out the Hope Harbinger. I will go ahead and activate that, refusing to play around Triple Tactics Talents. Master Duel has ruined me. Pot of Duality followed up. Okay. Oh, wow. That's not good. Let me check my extra real quick. Do we have any quick effect tags? You can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. Gybrine might be good. And this does not have a quick effect. Okay, so we're going to go into Gybrine right now. We'll go Memento. I have a feeling that this is Flunder. And if that's the case, we really want Gybrine. Yep. Okay, good. All right. We might actually be able to do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. We are the greatest duelist in the history of time. Oh my god. Tier 1 meta threat, ladies and gentlemen. Tier 1 meta threat. All right, we can go to Vespinato here. That's just straight up lethal. Vespinato over Exosister Gybrine. Go to combat, and this individual has fallen exclusively at the hands of the Exosisters. That's a perfect record for this Grand Creator's deck, catapulting it to the top of the standings in terms of cards to generate hype for. Well, folks, what did we learn today? We learned that ghosts aren't real. There's nothing for the Exosisters to be afraid of because no deck is going to be able to mount an offensive to their extremely powerful cards anytime soon. We learned that this is the best deck in the format, edging out rogue options like Flunder, which of course are tearing up the modern metagame. Why, I can't log onto Master Duel for 10 minutes without playing against a Flunder gamer. And we learned that the Grand Creators actually has some playable cards in it. Chief among them, Vespinato the Drillbreaker. This deck is not particularly good. As of now, it is a kind of neat little rank 4 suite you can jam into a much more competent deck, Utopia, but realistically it's not going to be anything more than that until either the metagame is completely swarming with decks that summon monsters from the graveyard, or they print more support for this archetype. I imagine the latter is more likely than the former, and I imagine that the fact that these are waifus means that we will not only have new cards, we will also have some questionable product being released from the fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh community anytime now. See you in the next one.